MTN SME Hub. Link to growth. Link to success. Link to the ultimate resource for business advice and insights.
Welcome to the Big Small Business Show, the show for all our fantastic entrepreneurs out there, our marketers of our products and services. And if you were watching last week, you know that we had Heidi Brauer on the show giving us a masterclass on marketing. And she's back this week talking to us more about marketing, because marketing is such an essential part of our success as entrepreneurs. And guess what? She'll be back next week. So we are really being indulged with somebody with a huge pedigree in marketing. She was formerly the CMO, that's the Chief Marketing Officer of Hollard and Kalula, and she now goes by the term Brand Mama. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
So today we're talking about brains before beauty, starting with the right things. Okay. So what are the right things to start off with?
Well, I'll tell you where the wrong place to start. And many business owners get so confused about all marketing stuff, and I'll talk about that in a second, that usually the starting point is the creative.
Yeah.
And actually, the starting point, I remember these lovely illustrations. Here they are back again. The starting point has got to be the business objectives.
Yeah.
Because everything we do, as I said last time, is in service of the business objectives. We're not marketing for marketing's sake.
Yeah. And so what do we mean by that? Do we mean sales? What do we mean? Is that we say to get more sales or to open up in a new geography?
Whatever your business objective is, right? And it will depend where you are in the funnel. We need to know if you're trying to launch something new, or you're trying to, I always say marketing is quite simple. We're trying to say, what widgets are we selling, to whom, and where will we find them? Because that takes care of your audience, your media, your everything. That's the question many marketers themselves can't answer, because they and the business people don't talk to each other. So we have to start up here, not down here with a creative that you take to the CEO and you say, what do you think? It's not enough. We have to start right up here. And marketers need to know what margins there are, what profitability is on products, what the business, all the financial stuff, so that they can be in service of it with what they start. We have to start with brains before beauty, business before creative.
Okay, so just to keep that up there, so we got the business objectives. Last week we spoke about brand, and so what are the brand objectives? So you spoke about brand, but I just want to be very picky now. What do you mean by brand objectives?
Well, that would be the broader positioning of you.
Okay.
So that would be if you want to stand for, there's a chicken on the shelf, so I kind of feel like I have to go to the chicken wars. Let's talk about Nando's versus KFC or any of Pedro's or whoever. They all stand for different things whilst they do sell chicken. And so one of them is the cheerful, cheeky challenger. One of them is the established, been there for however many years. I don't know how long KFC's been around, but certainly since I called it Kentucky Fried Chicken. And that's your brand positioning. And maintenance of your brand objectives over time is also an objective, whilst you're serving your marketing objectives, which is we want more people to be aware of us, buy our product, resist search for competitors, limit their response to competitors, and those will all be more practical marketing objectives. And in fact, in a little while, we'll talk in even more depth about what those might be.
So let's go there, not in a little while, let's go there now. Let's talk about the communication funnel, because that you spoke last week about the fact that marketing is just telling people about your brand, right? Telling people about your product and your brand.
So we have to, here's a lovely new illustration, so fresh, I haven't even laminated it, done especially for you. So in short, because I don't want to put too many words on here, we have to take people through a journey. We have to tell them who we are, that's brand awareness, what we stand for, that's also brand positioning. So those two, which I've colored in the same color, are brand communication objectives. Then we have to tell them what products we sell. That's product marketing. Then we have to give them a great experience, because remember, a brand is a promise made and a promise kept, as we said in the last time. We do that so we'll be their favorite, because a favorite is where you go over and over again. The best, think about a restaurant, you may never go to the best restaurant, or once only. The favorite is where you go over and over again. And we do all that so that we can make money, we can make sales, so that we can make a contribution to the economy, to communities and so on. But you have to take people through this funnel, and you have to do it continually, because assuming that at some point you're done and you don't have to do this anymore is erroneous. It's not true. There will always be new people to bring into the funnel. So the split between really how much you spend on brand awareness and brand positioning and product awareness and product marketing is actually another science entirely. And because different categories and different sectors and different life stages will require you to spend different amounts of money for here and here. It's like they call it long marketing and short marketing. This is long, it takes time, especially in categories where decisions take long. Spend more here.
So you're saying all these things, and you come in. I've spoken about your background, Hollard, Kulud, and you might say that didn't have big budgets, and that might not be true, but they certainly have bigger budgets than the average person in our audience that's watching this show. So how do you? Because the question is, the question is, how do I get sales now? How do I get a call to action now that people come to me now? I don't have the luxury of building a brand over time. I don't have the money. I need them to be calling me or emailing me or clicking on a button to me now. How do I balance that?
Well, you can't wink in the dark. They can't come to your website if they don't know that you exist. And there isn't a shortcut. You have to invest. And you have to be focused. So starting, remember we said brains before beauty, being absolutely clear what you want to do, being clear on the articulation of your brand, and then saying, okay, what are our marketing objectives? They have to, in the beginning, be brand awareness. You can't shortcut here. You can't, I go to Tinder. I've been married for 30 years, never been on Tinder, but you can't expect someone to go on a date with you if you don't have a profile.
Yes.
So we have to, unfortunately, invest in doing that stuff. But there are ways of doing it cost effectively. I have seen research data where the biggest spenders have the lowest awareness levels. It's about, remember from the last one, I said repeat. It's about articulating what your positioning is, your brand distinctiveness, and then over and over and over and over again. And there are ways of doing it through earned media, not paid for media.
We're going to have to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Heidi. Stay tuned.
MTN SME Hub, link to business success.